All right, your eyes do not deceive you. We are, in fact, going to a third. Somehow, some way, the HellRaisers and Windigo have found their way into Mirage, which will be the third map of the series. My name being Trace, is going to be Halvor, and we're ready to get this bad boy underway. Halvor, are you surprised?
Yeah, very surprised. Not only because, I mean, it's surprising, sure, that Windigo takes it just in the first place, but it's impressively, shocking how bad HellRaisers were. Especially on their CXC side. Yeah, no, I mean, just from, I guess, retakes that you can't really classify as a retake because they basically go in for the bomb, when there's not enough time to defuse, still have to find 3 players alive, just a lot of hiccups. The B bomb site just in entirety was a bit of a mess for the entirety of the first half. So I think there was, from what we saw in Dust 2 and then having the swing into Inferno, it's pretty unbelievable how they can drop that much off in the matter of a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but that stuff can work for teams like Astralis or, why doesn't it work here, Halvor?
I mean, if I knew the answers, I'd probably get paid a lot more. I'd probably be a coach for some team, right? That would be winning a lot of stuff if I had these kind of answers. And it shouldn't happen, right? Because from an individual point of view, sure, you can look at the fact that Issa didn't have the same kind of, I guess, quality of game as he did on Dust 2. But, guys like Lowell, guys like Oscar, they still had pretty solid contributions. But in the end, it just didn't amount to too much at all. And I guess on the side of Windigo, you can be really happy about seeing what Victor did. Kind of turning back, rolling back the years in that sense. I think he dropped, 20 and 5 in the first half to really set them off. And he did that through a lot of clutch rounds as well. So Windigo had their individuals showing up, and HellRaisers, more or less of a collective, started to fall apart. And going into Mirage, I'm not really too hopeful for HellRaisers' chances unless they swing it back to the form that we saw in Dust 2.
Yes, it's going to be Mirage. It's going to be the decider here. On the decider, actually, being the last one here for Group B. So, winner going on into the playoffs tomorrow. We'll have 2 semifinals, 1 grand final coming your way. And Will Lowell is going to get lulled on because that is the definition of getting owned right there. It doesn't stop with him either. Issa taking part in that as well. So, already, 3v5, bomb planted. This couldn't have gone any more wrong for the HellRaisers so far.
No, definitely so. And they don't have a defuse kit either. That's gone down. So time is definitely of the issue. And firing squad comes running out from bench there, and all of a sudden the rest of HellRaisers fall.
That is rough. So let me get this straight. 5 alive, 1 to go. Come in there and say, hey, you know what? This is our site now. And also, not is it just our site. The odds are in our favor, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Windigo believer, right? 1.56 after winning that pistol. Definitely looking pretty good for themselves. And HellRaisers at 2.3. The last showing you saw of HellRaisers was versus Force in, I guess, the initial group stage match, if you want to call it that. And that was not the most convincing sight. So,
yeah,
they have a lot to prove here going up against this one. I mean, semifinal spot, you are very much in a contention for a spot at IEM Chicago. You definitely want that going your way. That's a big tournament to be a part of.
Yes, it is. In fact, I just saw that they announced a talent. Shockingly enough, I'm part of that, Halvor.
Yeah, you're going to be in Chicago, aren't you?
Yeah.
United Center, all that good jazz.
Yeah.
You get to play where Michael Jordan did.
Yeah, so basically
same. Yeah, you kind of pretty much same dude, right?
Yeah, Liquid will be there. So basically, it's like the Michael Jordan of CSGO, right?
There you have it.
Okay, maybe not. That was kind of a stretch, but I went for it anyway. Going for it anyway, it'll be the HellRaisers. Finding themselves on pistols right now, down 1-0. Excuse me, yeah, down 0-1. Having much success in the prior round, but this one, well, at least they've gotten a kill thus far, and this bomb will get planted over in the A site. So, still not a whole lot. Angel does grab an AK, and that should help just a little bit going forward.
Let's see if he's going to be able to survive with that. We have 2 MAC-10s on the side of Windigo, who might be wanting to go chasing. Lowell here in a pretty cheeky position. Might get the drop on Victor running forward, but he's just going to be pretty patient about how he goes about things. So, yeah, no immediate rush for Windigo to try to take this weapon out of the hands of Angel, even though he has been tagged up. Just wanting to make sure that their own economy is going to be in its right space once they get going into the buy rounds. 2-0.
Windigo. Yes, 2-0. Money will begin to stack itself. SMG kills do help, do go a long way. Shout out to everyone watching at home as we do approach just after half of midnight here Saturday in Kiev, Ukraine.
Yeah, we're going to be rolling into midnight for Central Europe as well as the game goes on. So midnight Counter-Strike, never a bad thing.
Basically,
our everyday life.
Like a staple of Counter-Strike, if you think about it. Like, when is the most time you're playing Counter-Strike? About midnight 30 or so? All right.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, here comes the hit. They want to run out onto this A site with a quickness. Going to be Blocker that gets it done first. And again, no real purchasing power. Angel with that salvage to AK from the last round. Gets himself 2 frags. That helps a little bit.
Pretty much all he could have hoped for. Nice peek from Issa there. Okay, jumping might be a little bit optimistic.
Yes, it is.
Still, though, 2v2.
Yeah, that one actually kind of spun around, didn't it? And in a very good way there for the HellRaisers. 2v2. Victor on half health. Issa even lower.
A lot of smokes and flashes going out here to make sure they can get the bomb plant down, but they might not be expecting Lowell.
Here we go. Lowell with the Lulls. Poison holding on to an ump. He's got to hold this weird sort of angle for Firebox. Is spotted out. Is dinked down. And that is not a healthy look. Is able to dink Issa. Somehow he lives through that. That's pretty wild considering he's already pretty low. But there you have it.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, HellRaisers have found round number 3 for themselves. So don't call it a comeback, Alvor, but
I won't. Not just yet. But, I mean, credit where credit is due. Angel with that double kill as they came up ramp is what gives the time for Issa to get into position as well. The crucial kills coming in from those two. It's for HellRaisers to bring it back early. That's what you like to see, and you do want to see more of a fight put up by them than what they did on Inferno, because that was pretty dire.
Yeah, that AK from the second round was a big contributing factor for the HellRaisers to win that 3rd round.
Yeah, came back to haunt them.
It really did come back to bite Windigo.
Now then.
Yep. Now
Oscar
then.
Op.
Yeah, that's right. Oscar Op, and something to show for it. So let's see what he can do. Trying to be a little bit aggressive here in middle. Controlling both underpass and pressuring a bit of top mid.
He's like one of those operators who seem supremely confident of just understanding when he's under pressure and not. He doesn't have any sort of backup around mid. There's nobody to trade for him, but he's still freely taking time to check underpass and exposing himself quite a bit from top mid at any given time for quite some long periods of time too. Now that he feels that it might be time to back out or check again, and check again he will.
Well, that didn't work out. Now did it. Blocker right in the way of Oscar, and that's going to be the end of that. Trade does come in, so 4 versus 4. And that does help. But in the long run, Oscar pretty much a non-factor in this round. You do hate to see the AWP fall that well, but
yeah.
Here's a boost for you. We also see that get somewhere. Not today, though. Angel dropping it on him. My goodness.
Yeah, rotation away from Catwalk. Immediately in towards Kitchen is going to net him a 2nd kill. So great start to the game for Angel here. There's a little bit of something to prove after what he did on Inferno. Oh, that's a long arm. It's a really long arm. And, well, Nuki, that's a bit of a blunder. You don't see too often. Issa actually is able to find the trade. Can he get the bomb planter as well? Blocker fakes it out. Still doesn't win out the duel, though.
Wild. It's like Issa has God mode on. He's 60
nice.
HP, he's just still alive. It's outrageous sometimes.
Same thing with that UMP survival round, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, just really not following it myself.
Well, time is not favoring Windigo either. So, an unkillable Issa and a solid contribution from Angel early on has put HellRaisers back to even keel at least. 2-2, and they at least prevent the game from getting out of hand early on like it did on Inferno. We constantly saw 4 spies from HellRaisers that were somewhat successful in the sense that they did a lot of damage to Windigo, but they never managed to quite win out those rounds. Windigo getting a lot of early T rounds. Set them up for success there. Now, though, bit of a different tale. Poison still has an op in his hands.
That he does. And it's going to be that of HellRaisers to try to drop the HEs on him. Now with the double peek, Blocker does find the AK kill. That's going to begin to open the door here. Instead, Issa with the response. This guy just lives through everything, it feels like. And this round will be absolutely no different. 4 versus 4. They're going to keep pressure on this A site. Windigo know that they have an opening here. They're going to commit. Entrenched is Issa, staying alive. Lowell over there towards the ticket booth.
Now they just silently creep away.
Yeah, you did all that, and now they're out. So,
That's
just
the end
kidding.
of that.
We're not really going here.
Well, Poison's the only one sticking around. He's the one person with a smoke grenade as well on the side of Windigo. So, in addition to having the op, could be pretty detrimental to see him fall. Issa just has yet to move.
Yeah, I don't guess he feels too particularly good about moving out of the spot he's in there.
Tucks himself into a new corner.
Yeah. And we'll live through it all, probably. Oscar on the push there towards B-Halls on our picture-in-picture. Breaking technology we have around here. Groundbreaking, even. And here's Poison. Now, here's the play. He tries to push out into the site. He's going to try to find himself a frag. He's going to try to get another avenue of approach open here for Windigo.
Oh, the timing.
And finally, Issa does the fall down. So there you have it. 18 seconds left on the clock. Bomb planter does get stopped. Lowell with all the frags. It's just going to be Oscar with 10 seconds left on the clock. This is very doable. Drop that Molotov, but in the meantime, that is somehow, some way around that Windigo's able to salvage. That did not look great there for a minute, I'm going to tell you. Timer dwindled down. Bomb planter gets stopped. Everything going in the wrong direction. But the direction that you should head is csgo.net and use that code word Chicago. Tell me more, Halvor.
I mean, if you do use that code word Chicago, you're going to have the chance to get 30% bonus to your top-up. In addition to win some pretty cool skins. And they've got discounts, new cases, and all that kind of good jazz happening every week. So definitely worth checking out as we get into round number 6.
Indeed. Round number 6 upon us.
Yeah, and it's a force buy on the side of HellRaisers that picked up the op on Oscar. This with the Colts.
They win these.
I mean, Oscar tends to win out these more often than he doesn't he?
Yeah. It's the weirdest timeline with CS. Win the rounds you're not supposed to win.
Yeah, go to all the overtimes and bonus rounds.
If you're lucky. If you are lucky, however, they'll do that just for you. Meanwhile, kinetic control firmly in the hands of Windigo. No one really even there to spot it at the time. Yes, it does find himself in the window. He's going to have to look out towards middle. And even then, he won't have his eyes on the prize at all. It's just going to be them walking out connector, find a kill on the Angel. Nookie's going to have to back away. All he has is this P250, so really not a whole lot he can hope for there. This site falls pretty easily without much contest.
Yeah, that was the quietest bomb tank we've seen in a while.
Oh, boy.
That's a Molotov. Okay, yep. Victor just is going to let him slide for this time, but comes back in with a vengeance. Ships is going to find Issa as well, so favorable trade for Windigo, and this is starting to become quite expensive for HellRaisers. Not really sure what Oscar was just going to throw up another op. Okay, that's a brazen move, but it works out if Lowell can get around the corner. There we have it. Double op setup looking likely for the next round here on HellRaisers' side.
Yeah, looks like it's going to have to happen that way. And they just really just had no vision and connector at all. Yeah. They got in there, and there was really nothing to stop them.
It seemed like Issa was just really worried about the ships getting boosted up like it did the last time when he got caught out by Angel. So he's very committed to holding window, and ships instead just decided to walk up into the site.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no vision on it whatsoever, and that cost them dearly. 4-2 here. Windigo putting that fourth on the board will help them as this T side does barrel along.
That it does. Now Windigo. Been pretty decent on Mirage, just in general as a team, so feeling comfortable on whether, it doesn't matter really what side they're on, but they have to be very good about what they're looking at right now. It's, well, more or less an eco outside of the double ops. A great chance to get to 5.
Oh boy, here comes the B hit with a fury. They're going to jump right out. Victor, the first one out in sight, cannot seem to stop Lowell, who only has a CZ. And so far, these pistols have tore that ass up on the side of HellRaisers.
It really has. Angel chiming in as well from Catwalk. And that turned around really quickly. Just Victor initially not checking directly under himself. That leaves Issa to stay alive, and Lowell with a great opening with that ZZ. Doing it all, Ships. It's going to make it out on the A-bomb side. Doesn't have a bomb plan. We'll find Oscar, so that's one op drop at the very least.
Yeah, but that information's there. They can't really maneuver on him. He is pretty far from them, but
yeah,
he can find himself a few more frags potentially.
Yeah, there's so much time left, so he might just actually run back into BFs to see if he can do something extra. Nuki's going to be hard to get rid of here, though. Bomb is dropped in the middle of the B-bomb side, so we'll see what he can do. Would be quite the turnaround.
do want to take this time to give a shout out to Mr. Dinko. Quite the character we have there.
Yeah, the Irishman.
Yes, very much thankful for him coming on all the way out here to Kiev, Ukraine. I think he's done an exemplary job. So hats off to you. I know you've already head back to the hotel.
Just left us all.
Yep, and he has earned his pay. And hopefully we will see that man back again tomorrow.
Now then. Well, it's not going to be more shenanigans out of ships from the looks of it. 10 seconds, and unless Nicky pushes forward, he's looking likely to hold on to that AK as well, but Nicky seems to want to do otherwise. And he's going to wait out the time. Actually, doesn't. All right, then. Well, that wasn't, I guess, a bit of a gift to the Windigo side. He could have let ships come around with that with no money at all.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. A pause coming in. I'm assuming that's Windigo wanting to talk things over, kind of get over the initial shock of having lost against predominantly pistols.
Seems to be a theme for the night, actually.
Yeah, it's been a messy one. I mean, it was that way in for the Cologne Invitational too, right?
Yeah.
Just a lot of wonky rounds. And here we see Isse was the one who survived the initial jump from Victor. Didn't clear it right below him. Nets himself 2 kills off of it.
Yeah, and in this situation, you do see that pause come out. Windigo, we can, speculate as to what they are talking about. But I know at least when I was with C9, we would take pauses like this to talk about our next gun round rather than the round coming up. So it does look like they're going to buy into it.
All right, it's going to be a gun round regardless.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
Here we are. 3-4, and this is the decider. Again.
Is Victor not going to... So this is the thing that always is weird to me. So you see Poison fully commit, right? Deagle, full utility. And then you have $700 left on ships. He's not buying utility at all. Why wouldn't you just add a couple of flashes there, maybe a smoke? If not for the actual execute, then surely it's going to be beneficial for an afterplant. But all right, then. You can also just slay everyone in front of you. Blocker finds 2. Ships has gone down. Issa just continues on his reign. He was quiet on the second map. Now just gotten a really hot start to Mirage.
Speaking of hot start, just find himself in the Molotov there over towards Ticket. That bomb does go down, but at a cost. Victor taking a lot of damage, 40 HP to be exact.
Yeah, did you get an open plant at the very least? So there's room for the player in jungle to drop down into connector and do something with that.
Does go a long way. The retake is on, and then this backstab there. It's going to be Lowell that finds him way through that A ramp.
You can tell the guys in spawn just trying to buy time for Lowell, but he's going to go down. That's Victor being very, very aware.
That's the round at that point. What kind of weird... Did you see
Tower
that?
of Pisa, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's Tower of Ibiza.
That's one way to deal with the flank, I suppose. But it's going to be a Windigo round, and that's definitely not what you expected off the purchase there. Blocker with the first initial 2 kills, just setting everything up for them. Bring it right back.
3-5.
Yeah, an AWP was picked up at the very end, though. There you see a quick shot from Blocker and then nice return as well.
Yeah, the difference maker in this round, right away, he's able to give them a chance into it very, very, very early on. So good stuff from Blocker there, and a 5th one on the board for Windigo. Looking to find a little bit of a rhythm here, maybe a pace. But speaking of a rhythm,
Oscar hasn't quite gotten into his. 1 and 7.
Yep, that is not going to bode well.
Not often you see Oscar having struggles finding kills on the board, but luckily for him, it's just seeming to be firing on all cylinders so far. As we see Windigo with a fairly passive setup here. They're expecting some aggressive shenanigans from the HellRaiser side.
That they are. Can use a bit of a smoke over there towards the B halls, but no one's there really to be too bothered by it. Ships will be around, but well, the main hit's going to be over here at A. In due time, we will get that. 4 towards A. They're going to split halls and palace. Meanwhile, we have that of a standoff in the B halls. Ships just holding on. There's Oscar with a frag. So bomb down. And this has gone really bad for Windigo. They've been mopped up. Blocker still trying to brute force his way in there. But in his route, Poison to trying to grab the bomb. Does it all for the nookie. So he could get the cookie.
Cheeky Limp Bizkit.
No, I didn't know if you'd
Oh,
know
yeah,
where
no.
the rest of that goes.
Oh, yeah, no, I know how the rest of that goes.
All right, deal. Fine.
What's the name of that album? Is it Hot Dog Flavored Water and Starfish?
Was it that one, or was it the one before? Significant.
I think it's a hot dog one. Nonetheless, GG.Bet with the updated odds for this one. Windigo now losing, I guess, the favor. GG.Bet odds-wise, 1.92 for them, and HellRaisers is just a little bit more favored at around 1.8. Yeah, I think it was, well, hot dog flavored chocolate something starfish.
There we go. You said it. Chocolate starfish.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, there was one that was like significant something. I don't quite recall. It was, you know, what, 20 years ago now? Lord. Anyway, 20 years has passed since we've seen too much showing here. 5-4, so HellRaisers even up the score a little bit.
Yeah, you're thinking of Significant Other, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and the one I was thinking of was chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Dude. Which is a brilliant name for an album. Bubbles.
Okay.
Bubbles doing some damage.
Oh, the
Yeah.
places you'll go.
Nuki was actually on the Significant Other album.
Well,
so,
okay,
yeah,
yeah,
so,
so
so
there we
we've
go.
gotten this under control. We've figured it out. Windigo seemingly have figured it out how to get onto this, say, bomb site with a bomb plant.
That they have. That Molotov landing at just the prime spot. Will it stop the plant? It didn't look like it. And somehow, Bubble's able to escape with his life. Victor as well. And Blocker at 100 HP. They've got a tall order ahead of them to defend this bomb plant. 2 pistols. Looking like a scout. Backstab coming from Lol yet again. They have to be aware that it's probably going to happen at this time.
Blocker's going to find one at least. And who's going to win out the duel here in Pit? It's going to be Lowell. So defuse will happen for HellRaisers, and they net themselves the 5th one to equalize it all. Big Limp Bizkit fan?
What is it?
Big Limp Bizkit fan?
No. I remember as a kid they were, you know, controversial. Then you throw something in there like Eminem, and then you know he would be referencing Limp Bizkit.
Oh right, yeah.
Sit me next to Carson Daly and Fred Durst. Let him hear. Yeah, you get the routine.
Instead of Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears.
Yeah. Anyway,
got to be old to get these references.
Family show, everyone. Very much a family show. 5-5, round number 11 upon us. It's going to be a fast mid-aggression here. These grenades are going to rain on top of Oscar.
Is that?
Not going to be enough to stop him. Miss him there with the top of connector, trying to get the spam going. Meanwhile, it's just a game of trades thus far. Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, Angel escapes death there thanks to ship's inaccuracy. And HellRaisers back in the lead. It's been a while.
That was a different album. Hell, even different band. Nonetheless, was it Stained? I think
could be. Yeah.
Been a while.
Trying to get my brain to work at this hour for for old albums and songs.
That's all right, man. I totally understand.
Yeah.
But I bet if I asked you who won the NBA Finals in 1999, you'd tell me. It's weird like that. I hear some typing going on. Again, we don't know what's being said, but here we are.
Seems like, a bit of a passive approach from Windigo, so it might be a bit of a tech issue.
It must be because they're still hanging around spawn, and everyone's just kind of...
Is there anyone who's just completely still right now who hasn't moved at all? I guess it's Poison. Yeah, he hasn't bought up either. Sitting at 4.9, and considering what the other guys on his team has done, you can expect that to be a bit of an issue. Hopefully not too serious. And again, no damage was done, so it's going to be restarted, replayed. And yeah, there we go. Poison disappears from the server.
That he does. We're going to have to run this one back.
Yeah. The 89 champions was the Pistons, right? The bad boy Pistons?
I have absolutely no idea. I do know that Despacito was... Kidding. I really don't know much about that.
Despacito won the NBA Finals last year, right?
Despacito won the NBA Finals.
Yeah, Drake won this year.
You would think so.
It seemed like he celebrated like it.
Yeah, you would honestly think that he did win the NBA Finals by himself.
Probably had something to do with it, right?
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, he was on the sidelines.
I mean, he does put the city of Toronto on his back. So I guess in a way he is part of the movement that was the Raptors winning. So
yeah,
above my pay grade. So don't worry about that.
So yeah, it was the Detroit Pistons beating the Lakers in the finals. Joe Dumars getting the MVP.
It was bothering you, right? You had
Yeah,
to
no,
look
I
it up.
had to know for sure because the Pistons won twice, but obviously it was a bit of an error from the Lakers and the Celtics at that point too. So just needed to know I had my head straight.
He still had it.
Yeah. And then obviously the Chicago Bulls era came where a lot of the wins took place in the United Center, which is where one of these teams could end up.
Look at that tie-in right there. That was so beautifully placed. Yes,
we had this planned the entire time.
It really was. GG.Bet Chicago Invitational. That's where you find yourself in an elimination match. Still in the group stage. One of these teams going off into the playoffs tomorrow. They'll have a semifinal followed by a grand final. Tomorrow's an accelerated schedule, a little bit earlier the start time.
Yep.
3 best-of-3s in a row.
We're going to see a winner of an earlier invitational, Heroic. They obviously won the Sydney one. They're still in this. Probably, I guess you would call them the favorites to potentially take this invitational as well with how they've been playing. And I guess Force, we saw good things out of them in the Cologne invitational. They had an unfortunate end in their match in game, map 3 versus Liquid. But they've been looking super strong in this one as well. So I'm not going to be too surprised, actually, if we see a world where Force at least makes it to a grand finals and potentially qualifies for Chicago, which would be a massive get for them.
Yeah, and I mean they've shown face in this qualifier, the Cologne qualifier. We watched them beat Liquid, I think, on a map.
Yeah, and nearly having it on Inferno as well.
Yeah, and just they've shown face. This is the way for them to get their name out there, so they should continue to do that. Meanwhile, we're going to see a Vagengar and Nordavind.
Yeah, Nordavind.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
That's the done deal for them.
Yeah.
So we are going to be looking to eliminate either Windigo or HellRaisers, pending the outcome of this match. And right now, if you're wondering why we're not playing, and we're actually talking about the NBA Finals, Limp Bizkit, United Center, and
IEM
Chicago. Yeah, IEM Chicago. That is because there is a bit of a technical problem, it feels, or sees, rather.
Yeah.
Player from Windigo has dropped, so he'll have to get back in the server so we can reboot this one back up. It does take 5 to play.
Think Poison maybe has like parental lock on the modem.
I mean, there's a chance.
Like past midnight, just like, sorry, man, can't play anymore. Yeah.
Well, that would be a disaster. It does look like he's back on the server, though. Perhaps he'll stick around.
He knew the password. There we go. So should just have a quick reset, match medic to get us back into it, and there we go. So we did see the intent of Windigo. That was to buy up, so assuming they haven't gone away from that plan. Question is, I guess, whether or not Poison's going to go for an AK or an AWP.
That will be the question. Here we go. Freeze time coming to an end, and so is your boredom. Hopefully we're able to keep you entertained.
At least informed, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Trivia about albums, NBA Finals, you name it.
Yep.
I mean, you might have some good, I guess, what do they call it? Bundle deals going for the crowd later on.
Bundle deals, yeah. We will probably find our way to Amazon should we reach a catastrophic technical failure. I suppose we will check out the latest and greatest deals where you can get Lucky Charms, marshmallows
40
without
pounds
the cereal.
of it.
40 pounds of it, to be exact. Meanwhile, aggression from Angel here in middle is going to be a very big problem for the side of Windigo. This A site being opened, that is the cost. He doesn't look like he wants to stop. Iso finding his way up the stairs. Just separated will be Angel. However, instead of going the long way around, instead of going the big flank, this time it's going to be Lowell and CT spawn. 2v5, though. Blocker and Poison. A lot to do here. Quite the fight for Poison to try to take as well. And he loses it. 1. Perhaps 2. Blocker looking to build a foundation here to defend this bomb.
All right, time's starting to run down here. Finds a second. Ooh, okay, yeah, gets forced out by the Molotov and can't really re-peek as much, but the bomb, hello?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, dear. It's been done.
Oh, boy.
How about them apples, Halvor?
That's one of the oddest 1v4s to win out. Oh, man. I mean, well, I talked about poor retakes on Inferno. that was not too impressive either, was it?
That was a disaster. But also, you know, you have to give credit where it's due there.
Blocker staying alive, man.
Yeah, so good on him.
But yeah, Windigo scraping one by that they probably shouldn't have been able to. They'll take it though. They're gonna get the rebuy as well. As Lowell gets aggressive through underpass with Angel to boot as well.
Trade. They try to do something cheeky there where they have a second player come out and surprise. It's Angel. He's only able to take down ships, so this is left that of HellRaisers in a 3v4.
Oscar's gotten aggressive here though. Might
Yep.
get caught off guard though. Ooh, okay, gets spotted out. So this element of surprise gone, but Ob still stays strong.
Well, here we are. It's pushing out. Will be punished for it by poison. Oscar and Nookie left alive. Oscar with this AWP really needing to show some face here.
Yeah, they don't have a smoke for spawn as well, so it's prime time, and it's actually just a really bad smoke.
Yeah, that is not a great one. Oscar with one AWP kill. He did, in fact, hear us. He did abide. That bad smoke is going to be a big detriment here into the crossing of Windigo into the site to get this bomb down. You can tell they're a little weary of crossing in. There it is. Finally, they do get it done.
Okay, just going to fake the bomb plant. Finds one trade at the very least, but bomb's been dropped in an awkward position. That smoke's going to be perfect for Bubble. He's going to take that all day.
1v1. Oscar with the op, Bubble with the AK. Neither with head armor. Oscar's been spotted. This is good for Bubble. He does get to play the dance a little bit. He does get to do the dance one more time, and it's going to be Oscar that falls. 3 kills for Oscar in that round, and that does go a little ways. However, it doesn't matter when you lose a round, I suppose. 7-6 for Windigo.
And eco territory for HellRaisers. And all of this is off of the back of a 1v4 that they managed to completely mess up. Well, if you want to make your life hard, I guess this is the one way to do it. And I guess chances of going to Chicago might be dwindling with it.
That is true. We're looking at a round out the half. Around 14 of potentially 30, or potentially more if we're lucky. There you go. Blocker with the entry gets traded instantly by Issa, who's been quite the thorn in the side of Windigo thus far.
Victor finds Angel on top of stairs. There's going to be another one there. Poison is the one to get aggressive with the op. All right. Makes it work nonetheless. Lowell, last man alive, only has a USP, and he's about to get backstabbed. He might actually just get knifed.
Oh, boy.
Ships. Oh, you sneaky devil.
I like it. He hits him with the left click and then goes around in front of him and goes with the right click. Very
left-right combo.
Yeah, very stylish way of doing it. You ever seen the clips where it's like the opera is zoomed in and he's so like micro-focused on the area in front of him, and the guy will go around in front of him
and just
pop up in front of a scope?
Straight up give him a heart attack. I feel like that's actually just pure evil.
It is. It's so funny to watch, though. I love
man.
it. When to go 8-6.
Have you seen when they go wrong, though? The opera actually just like reacts out of shock and still kills him.
Just smashes the mouse one on accident?
Yeah.
Or whatever weird button people are using these days.
Space bar, I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Well, Windigo at least securing themselves the first half win with that 8th round, and they're looking to add to that. 9 rounds would be, well, perfect for them. Here on the T side of Mirage. Again, it's going to be a play towards that A-bomb site. Not a contact. Smokes go out. See what kind of reaction that gets from HellRaisers.
Okay. There's Angel with 1, 2. Lines up for the 3rd. Can't do it. It's going to be Poison with the AWP kill. But this is left. Windigo in a very, very bad situation. Ship's alive by himself with a Krieg. Bomb down right in front of him. Last round, it's not like he can save. He will get a spam there onto Issa. 1 versus 3. Still 16 HP. This does not get any easier the more opponents he faces.
Really doesn't. Oh, it's kind of on HellRaisers to mess this up. Unnecessary challenges, that kind of a thing. Oh, and they make sure to do it as a duo. So gets traded out quickly. 7th round is secured for HellRaisers. As you take a look at the scoreboard, Issa at 16, Lowell, I don't know, an 11, Angel at 12.
Lol.
Lol. Look at Blocker. Having quite the game here to start us off on the T side. 15 kills to his name, leading the way for Windigo.
And a pistol round is among us, ladies and gentlemen. 8-7.
Praise be.
Praise be to the pistol gods.
Let's see who has, I guess, a close relationship with the higher beings in this one. Might help them out. You never know. Gotta pray to Gaben and all that.
Gaben bless Gaben. It's he blesses himself because he is the Almighty. I think that's how it works. Anyway, pistol round. That means that the A-bomb site will be the destination there. Typed into the GPS by the HellRaisers. Right now, it's going to be poison. Holy shoot. Can you believe it?
I really can't.
4 kills for himself, and it's just Oscar. Oh, my goodness. That's outrageous.
What in the world?
Can he get the ace? That will be the question. He's going to have to reload, though. Looking for it. Bubble there to help him, but my God. What a showing of force there on that site. Wow.
I thought the third one, the second one was impressive. The third one was very unlikely. I didn't even remotely think of him getting a fourth.
Let's watch that one again.
Yeah, preferably in slow motion a couple of times.
1, bomb planner, okay. Yeah. Those 2 guys in jungle are just like, what?
What?
You can't even be mad. You just got owned.
Yeah, really.
And here are your odds from GG.Bet. It's going to be Windigo that is slowly but surely netting them up.
Yeah, 1.31 for them. And with Poisonous going to play like that, HellRaisers might not stand much of a chance.
That was outrageous.
Easily the round of the night.
Yeah.
Probably the entire Invitational so far. And while I say that, we've had some pretty crazy rounds. We've had a couple of 1v4 aces, Scream ace twice as well. But damn, that was something special.
Yeah, that was very slick, especially if you think about the parameters of what's going on in the match right now, right? So you have an 8-7 half, and then you go in a pistol round. Those are the type of rounds that
and he was alone as well, right?
Yeah, right there on top of stairs. Just looks over, 2 bullets.
See ya.
2 kills towards jungle, stops a plant. Really has done it all, so hats off to him.
Oh, he's going to follow up on that as well. Spray nets him 2 kills. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought he was going to tap away more kills, but Blocker is the one to net those at top mid.
Definitely be seeing that on Reddit at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have a feeling in about 5 minutes that's going to make the climb.
Yep, I almost said something real bad there, but I was just so in shock of what I had just witnessed.
Yeah. It just came so out of the blue.
He really did.
I'm kind of hoping it's the same. I was kind of hoping that replay was going to be the best round again.
Let's just check that one out one more time. If it's possible, I don't know, but we'll see. And finally, we have 10 guns in the server. AK's out for the HellRaisers. This is where things need to start turning around for them.
Dear Lord. Yeah, no, I'm still shook from that pistol round.
Yeah, I can't really shake it. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it, you know?
Oh. HellRaisers definitely got a shocking start to this second half. HellRaisers must be loving life. Now they're going up against AKs, and what is the first, I guess, buy round for HellRaisers? So they don't have all the utility in the world, and I mean, they're still kind of stuck into middle with limited utility left, but luckily for them, they have 2 players up in B apps, and they're also going to find the first opening. Issa takes down Poison.
Yep, and the man that needed to be stopped was Poison. He has been on an absolute tear thus far in this half.
Now that I'm actually going to give up on the forward presence towards B apps. The one thing that has me a little bit worried is the fact that HellRaisers only have a single Molotov. They don't have any sort of smokes to protect the bomb planter or anything like that, but they have at least gathered pretty decent mid control. One up towards underpass. That's Angel and Lowell and Connector, and he's going to really be the focal point of this. We'll see. It seems like Windigo is starting to smarten up on this as well. You can see the rotation happening off of the aggressive push from ships. Time is starting to dwindle down a little bit.
That it is. They have found their way out there towards Sandwich. They're going to go for this bomb plant, too. It's going to be an open plant. It could be able to go to Connector. They could be able to go back a ramp. It's going to be ships in the big flank. He's going to be catching up with them before it's too long. Perhaps Mickey's got wind of this.
Ships. I heard a noise.
He has heard a noise. He has kind of stopped.
He's expecting somebody to run at him, but that's not really the case. There's nobody left around this area soon to be. Well, with Nuki getting that kill, he's going to go down. Still 2 players to find. No nades. They need to get on the defuse pretty soon.
Yeah, it's not looking super good here, is it? Even though they are low, Ships does have a kit. Should be able to find 1 kill. Still, too much time has elapsed. He's got to get the hell out of there. HellRaisers run 1 back in their direction. 8 on the board, 10 for Windigo.
Well done by HellRaisers. Pretty decently solved. And Windigo, with such a heavy presence coming in for the retake through CT spawn, just not able to find the remaining HellRaisers players. Didn't have a smoke to potentially put down on the bomb and put some pressure on the T side. And that nets them their 8th round. First of the half as well. No op still in sight for Oscar, but Poison's going to have his. Flash comes into mid. Nobody's around from HellRaisers just yet, though.
AWP out for Poison. Apparently the man can do it all, as we've seen. The contest for mid hasn't quite started yet. We're going to see some smokes come out over here and a flash on the side of A. It's going to be the HellRaisers trying to pull a little bit of attention. In the meantime, emptying out some of the space in middle. Shots being fired, so now it is Windigo that has been alerted. For some reason, ISO running up catwalk. No coverage whatsoever. Don't think that that one all went the way they planned for it to.
Lowell might get the drop on a fair few people here as he moves up through underpass. Sway into connector. Oof. Nice shot onto bubble, but gets Poison right in his face, and he's not going to miss those kind of shots.
He does get poisoned. That does happen. Oh, so does Oscar. Just showing a little bit of leg there will get you in trouble. Remember that, children. Nookie, 1 versus 4. Goes to grab the bomb, does have it in hand. 30 seconds to really kind of make a miracle happen.
It needs to be a miracle, yeah. 2 players set on that B-bomb set as well. And as he turns the corner, Blocker's there to greet him. Still holding on to that AUG, as we can see. There's been pretty much 3 players on the side of Windigo that's opted to go for it a fair few times. So it's not completely been, I guess, washed away from the meta with the nerf. It has a bit more of a niche use to it. And we see the scoreboard as well. Poison and Blocker topping the charge with 20 to their name for Windigo, leading the charge. And 11 rounds, HellRaisers back to it eco. Poison's going to be, well, fairly slow into mid, but probably knows that he's not going to go up against the most crazy artillery. Oscar tries to fake out the shot, doesn't happen, and gets punished accordingly.
And Poison is having a hellacious match right now. 21-12. 133 ADR as we look at round 20.
A little bit slow to react, still manages to get away with a kill, and Poison comes back in for more.
And he does. Holding fast, going to be Poison. They do have the bomb down here on catwalk.
He only knows about the 1.
Oh boy.
Okay, well.
That worked out.
Blocker does go down, but they managed to hold on to the op, so everything is all good in the hood for Windigo. 12th round, and they're inching gradually closer to that semifinal spot here.
That they are. 12-8. Whew.
Oscar just cheekily trying to see if he can get anything done, but...
Yeah, he tries to pull out the shot. Poison is really feeling it right now. I think he's had enough.
Yeah. Well, I probably got a stern warning after he lost his internet that he needs to get to bed pretty soon. So just finish this up.
Yeah, probably the case, I guess.
Stern parents can be quite the challenge.
And a whole element of the game no one even thought of. Oscar with the AWP in this round. Going to see what he can do with it. Execute on the cards. Over on the other side of the map, it's going to be that of Oscar. So here we are.
Victor just spamming through the box after getting tagged down. Still going to be Windigo with the first frag. Oh, okay, well, Lady Fortuna on Blocker's side in that one.
Yeah, that it was. There you go. Issa working his way around those stairs. We'll find a frag. Meanwhile, Nookie coming out of the apartments leaves us to a 2v1. Blocker on 4 HP. This is very doable. He does have the bomb in his hands. No nades, but he's going to back off. And if he does have any sort of inclination that there's no one on B, now's the time to hit the gas pedal and go. And that's what it's looking like is going to happen.
Yeah. Question is, how quickly did Windigo wisen up to this? It seems like Ships is already onto it. Going to post blocker up below balcony. Actually, he's going to go into apps. So he's going to get some information to his name as well. But Nicky hasn't actually opted to go directly for B here.
He's taking his time, and it's a real risk, right? I mean, if he can take this fight one-on-one and wins it, that's good.
Yeah, but he, like as you said, he's taking so much time that when he gets to the bomb site, he kind of needs to try to get the bomb plant down. Yeah, now this becomes really hard.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Well, ring around the rosy we go, and even though Ships goes down, he's played well enough with the time to allow for Windigo to get a 13th round on the board. I guess upside really for Nuki is the fact that he does stay alive. Yeah. So he gets an AK with him into the next round.
Yeah, at that point he can just take his hand off the keyboard and mouse. Right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much all she wrote. He did a great job staying alive there in the B site. The fade away from blocker onto Angel, you do love to see it.
Angel probably not too happy about that. And this buy is not going to be the best we've seen out of HellRaisers all game. But who knows? Might catch them by surprise as we shift the tempo here. The pace is being definitely turned up.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God. Lowell taking the detour inside of Molotov. All right. So everybody's burning, even to their own teammates. And Bubble's going to eventually find 3. Poison chimes in for 1. That was very easily dealt with.
And 14-8 is the score. Quite the blunder there for the B attempt from the HellRaisers.
Yeah, Lowell actually just made it halfway through the Molotov onto balcony before he turned around and went back through a window. And yeah, Nicky is dying to.
That's one of those where you just pretend the round never even happened and it's just over.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the round that tells it all. Poison dropping the Molotov there in the window room will, in fact, move that smoke over just enough to give him somewhat of a one-way in the window. And he'll be able to hold that for a bit. Not too much of a committal here from the side of HellRaisers. They have waited out. Getting ever so much closer to this B site, though, will be that of Lowell. Does Ship see him? Such an awkward fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Seemed like he was convinced for a little period of time that he did spot something. Yeah, he seems very aware of the fact that there might be someone there.
Look how close that shot is in the wall.
Yeah. I was actually surprised to not see a tag off of it when it fired off. But we're going to see smokes flying over towards that A-bomb site. Might just be Lowell as a bit of a late lurk here for HellRaisers. Okay, no smoke to actually remove this Molotov. That's going to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, they just kind of have to wait it out, and they will. A couple smokes out here on the site can give them a little bit of a space to work with. Meanwhile, Issa and Nuki peeking early on are going to get taken down. Blocker chiming in for 1 as well. This has gone horribly wrong again for the HellRaisers. We're going to see 15 for Windigo. 4 versus 1. Lowell, not a whole lot of place to run.
No, 25 seconds, no bomb, nobody nearby. Nobody
no
even
hopes.
Hunting for him. Yeah,
no aspirations, no dreams, nowhere to go.
It's all dead. It's all doom and gloom. Gloomy Sunday on a Friday. Well, I guess it's Saturday now, but.
You have just confused the hell out of me by everything you just said.
Have you not heard the song Gloomy Sunday?
No, you just got me wondering what day it is.
Oh, okay. I know it is. It turned Saturday.
There we go.
These late night sessions. Windigo really turning it up. They apparently enjoy a late night of CS as they make it to series point here. One more round sets them off into the semifinals. Where they, if I'm not mistaken, will go up against Heroic to fight for a continued spot in the Invitational. Time will tell if they can do it, or if it's going to be a comeback on the side of HellRaisers. But what we've seen out of them so far has been rather flat. Smoke comes down. Nobody actually punishes Poison initially. Eventually, Oscar's going to get the trade, but Blocker's here in the spot. He's had an excellent CT side.
Yeah, I feel like too much damage has been done right now. Windigo really are running the board, and well, Oscar can try as he will. We have a 3v3. There is still a chance here, but you have to understand when you've got Bubble pushing through the smoke like that, not a whole lot of chance. Now Nuki at 27 HP with a Galil, and against Bubble and Chips.
Bombs in top mid.
Yep, not very opportune. Not only is it top mid, they do control it It's going to be a P250 that closes it out. There you have it. The HellRaisers take an L, and that's going to be the big one, the big L, in fact.
The biggest of L's today, and that means that their tournament life ends. Straight up, Windigo going through to semifinals.
Yeah, and that is, well, rather unfortunate for the HellRaisers, but that was a little bit sloppy there across that second half of the map. I like to have thought that they were in it, but when you have such a tremendous pistol round coming to play.
I think they just put everyone for a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I mean, us for sure. That was a little wild, to say the least. But yeah, so we've got a conclusion to the day. We do see Windigo stay alive. Just taking a look at the brackets as to how it all has shaped up to this point. What can we say?
I mean, we saw again, slugfest that was the first best of 3 out of the night. Nordovan going down 2-1 versus Windigo. And obviously, as we concluded the night with 2-1 victory for Windigo over HellRaisers. Fair bit of sloppy play from, I think, all teams involved today. But, eventually Windigo showed themselves to be the better team, and that means Force and Windigo are going to go through from Group B. And here we have Group A, which we concluded yesterday. Optic started it all off with a win over Gamer Legion. Heroic on their end beat Avangard before Heroic secured their semifinal spot with a 2-1 victory over Optic, just demolishing them on that third map. And then Optic fighting it back after Gamer Legion took down Avangard. It was their turn to beat out the Scream team 2-1 in their decider game. So yeah, 2 Danish teams making it through from Group A. I guess when you look at it at the start of it, you might have expected it. Just off of recent form, Optic obviously coming from a DreamHack Summer, winning that. Heroic pretty much qualified for anything they attend. Yeah. So I guess in that sense, order was restored.
Guilty confession, I put them as going out 0-2.
Optic?
No. Heroic.
Oh,
at the Pro League final. So didn't go my way, and now the way that we have to go is home, because that is the end of the broadcast for the day. Tomorrow we'll be back with 2 semifinals and 1 grand final, all best of 3 format, all on a rolling schedule. So make sure you're here with us. There's no going to wow, let me try that one more time.
Have at it.
Not going to be any better place to be. We were going to go get rested, and we'll be back with you tomorrow for the GG.Bet Chicago Invitational.